Good morning, everybody. Welcome to prayers this morning here from St Mag's Church. I'm just checking that we're up and working. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to St Mary Mag's Church for morning prayer. Welcome if you're watching this online afterwards or on YouTube later. It's fantastic. Hope you can join us. And just waiting for people to come on board. Now, I'm trying a new thing this morning. Hey, there we go. I'm doing this off my computer just to see how it works. So let me know what you think the sound is like. I'm just going to open the door so that we can hear. I like hearing the bird song this morning. Hey, everybody. Morning, Sandra and Elaine. Bit. Morning, Anne and Joe and Janet. So this is a bit of a new one on me. We're just trying a few new things. I've got a different camera and different microphone. Be interested to know. Let me know, how's the sound sounding? I want to kind of experiment a little bit. Let me know what you think. Morning, Sandra. Hope you got a cup of coffee with you. Or a cup of tea. Nice. Morning. I can get that to do it. I tell you what, this whole been a learning curve, technologically and everything. Morning, Lisa and Pauline and Hilary. It's a bit quiet. Okay. Do this. Bring it a wee bit closer. Well, what this is mainly doing is experimenting with something for Sundays, so that not a little fancy. We're just going to try one or two new things. Well, we're going to. If you've got a cup of coffee with you or a cup of tea, this is our little mark of community, not communion, but community. Have a good morning. Shall pray. Father, we ask that you will help us to just be still now, to still our hearts, to still our racing minds, our thoughts, and by your Spirit draw close to us, we pray. In these days where, as we use the Lectio 365 app, that using excerpts and thoughts from How to Pray, the book by Pete Greig, and I find it helpful. Today is all about asking God. We're pausing for P, rejoicing for R, asking A, and yielding Y as we learn together. It's Thursday the 7th of May, and we're continuing to explore the themes from the book How to Pray. As we enter prayer now, we pause to be still, to recenter our scattered senses of the presence of God. As I draw near to you, God, would you draw near to me? Teach me to pray. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. May I know thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, and follow thee more nearly, day by day. Amen. Today, we choose to rejoice in God's protection, joining in the ancient praise of all God's people in the words of Psalm 16. Keep me safe, O Lord, from to you for refuge. I said to the Lord, you are my master. Every good thing I have comes from you. Just pause and think about those words. Every good thing that comes from you. Today we're going to be reflecting on an extraordinary story of healing. The essential details are recorded in 3 of the Gospel narratives, but only Mark gives us the name of the person that Jesus is Bartimaeus. And it's from Mark chapter 10, verse 46. Then they came to Jericho. As Jesus and his disciples, together with a large crowd, were leaving the city, man Bartimaeus, which means of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. When he heard that it was Jesus, he began to shout, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Many rebuked him and told him to be quiet, but he shouted all the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. Jesus stopped and said, call him. So they called to the blind man. Cheer up, on your feet, he's calling you. Throwing his cloak, he jumped to his feet and came to Jesus. What do you want me to do for you? Jesus asked him. The blind man said, Rabbi, I want to see. Go, said Jesus, your faith has healed you. Immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus along the road. At first, Jesus' question is a bit obvious and for a little bit odd. Really, can't you tell what this man wants? It's obvious, isn't it? But Jesus simply invites Bartimaeus to ask. It means many things to many people, writes Pete Greig. But at its simplest and most obvious, it's often asking God for help. If Jesus called to me to come to him right now, and what would he do for you? What would my answer be? What would your answer be? Have a think about, pray about that for just a moment. Bartimaeus had the courage to cry out to Jesus, but not everyone was able to do this. Many people have literally been silenced by grief and suffering during this period of crisis. And so we name them now, and we cry out to God on their behalf. Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on them. I ask you to comfort those who are mourning, to hold their broken heart, to heal those who are sick, and for those who feel imprisoned by their pain, I ask you to unlock the doors and set them free. Spend a bit of time just praying for those who you love, those who are impacted by this virus or in sorts of ways, but also those who just unrelated, having a hard time. Just pray for them, intercede for them. As we return to the passage, I invite you to hear your word and hearts to yield to your will once again. Then they came to Jericho. As Jesus and his disciples, together with a large crowd, were leaving the city, a blind man, Timaeus, which means son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside, begging. Then, when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout, "Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me." Many rebuked him and told him to be quiet. But he shouted more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus said to him, "Call him." So they called to the blind man, "Cheer up, your feet, he's calling you." Throwing his cloak aside, he jumped to his feet and came to Jesus. "What do you want me to do for you?" Jesus asked him. The blind man said, "Rabbi, I want to see." "Go, Jesus, your faith has healed you." Immediately he received his sight and went Jesus along the road. Bartimaeus asks for something huge and miraculous, for his blindness to be healed so that he can see. But when Jesus asks him, "What do you want me to do for you?" he isn't just asking, he's interested in small things too. In How to Pray, Pete Greig notes that prayer is punctuated with precisely this kind of personal, practical request. Give us, forgive us, lead us, deliver us. About the small things in life, we give gratitude. I don't know, is that your experience, that the more that we pray and the more that we ask God for the small things and talk to him about the minutiae, the small things in life, the more we see him at work? Only asking for the big stuff, the obvious miracles, then they happen, but it's less frequent because we ask for them less often. If we're talking to God every day about the little things, that's we see fullness and we see his fingerprints over our daily life. Let's pause and be still and yield to God. Jesus, you know my needs. You know the things that I don't ask for, maybe because they feel too small, too insignificant. I yield again to your loving kindness. By yielding to God's lovingness, what does that mean for you? For me, it's being reminded of his love in most of the mess and sometimes the noise and sometimes the not knowing, the inability to plan, and yet knowing that he's and he's kind and he wants to give us wisdom for life and strength and peace. Today we stand on God's promise in Psalm 34, verse 17, and it says this: "When I cry for help, he hears and delivers me out of troubles." Father, live this day to the full, being true to you in every way. Jesus, help me to give myself away, being kind to everyone I meet. Spirit, help me to love the lost, proclaiming Christ in all I do and say. Amen. Amen. My friends, I've been experimenting with doing this on a laptop instead, and I'm just having a look at the comments there. Quite a few people sound a bit echoey, sound is poor. I think And also, right, we're going to have to, I think we'll have to go back to the drawing board. A lot of people saying there's a bit of a sound issue. We're going to go back to we were doing it, I think. This is good for zooming that. For this, it's a bit more tricky, and I can't believe it's tricky, not when it was okay before. So thank you for watching. God bless you, folks. Have a good day, and we'll see you this evening. I'll be back on our phone this evening because I can't be bothered with all this. And I'll see you soon. Have a lovely day.